And I am Dori,
And we are the Connecticut Housewives.
or the Housewives of Connecticut.
But guess what? I am not in Connecticut this week. I am actually in what would Beyonce say? This ain't Texas.
But it is Texas.
It is Texas. I flew out here a couple of days ago, so we have family matters to take care of. So the funny thing about it is that her and I are acting like we have a whole bunch of energy. We have had a very full day, last full 2 weeks, and then her for last 2 days, and for her the last 2 weeks or so. But anyway, we are coming to you live from Texas. So, sister, the other funny thing is that she's in the kitchen and I'm in the dining room, but who has to know that? Because we're already like 5 hours, but we can post this whenever we want to, as far as we just want to make sure that we didn't skip out on today totally.
Right.
But interesting thing. Hey guys, so what were you doing during the eclipse? Just kind of curious. For all the people who will read this afterwards, you can leave it in the comments. So I just happened to have been getting off the plane from Chicago. I went from New England area to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Texas. And I tell you what, do we feel that? I don't think we didn't feel the effect coming from the airport Sunday night, but we went to do something on Monday, right? And we were going. Well, I don't know which direction were we headed, like just south or north or whatever. Which bound? Southbound, northbound,
From the airport, we're going west.
No, we were headed towards our Monday morning appointment. And we were on the highway. We noticed that everybody was trying to go heading out of the town to go to see the eclipse.
So for the eclipse, we were actually heading east, and they were heading west. It was so packed on the westbound part of the highway.
Yeah.
So glad we were going east.
Exactly. And she kept saying, "What is going on? Maybe there was an accident." And I was like, "Yeah, maybe there was an accident. I don't know." And we got to our appointment, and people were like, "Oh yeah, the eclipse." Oh yes, people were trying to drive to a certain town in Texas to see the eclipse, right?
Yes.
So I know that we're going to say that we're not going to be on here long today. We just kind of want to just tap in a little bit. And so what else did I want to say? Oh, you know what? My sister, she just made the best kale soup ever. But what was it called? What was the name for it?
Super Tescona.
Yeah. So if you guys are hearing this later on and it sounds like we're echoing, it's because we are definitely in the same house. But we just wanted to try and figure out how to go live with us both either squishing up to each other or just using two different separate cameras. So for all of you who are interested in doing becoming a YouTube
aficionado.
A YouTube channel, or a YouTube, have your own YouTube show or whatever. But yeah, I know we talked about last week and over the past couple of weeks the importance of self-care. But I tell you, when you're going through any kind of situation that might be a little bit stressful, it really is important to pump the brakes a little bit and say, you know what? If I don't put the mask on me first, just like me getting off the plane or the airport, I must put the mask on myself first, and then I can help somebody else. Because if not, we can pass out people. Right? Don't you agree, my sister?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you don't, again, just forgive us because our energy is not as high, because we are, it's been a very long day and a very long 2 days and week for you, right? So I just came to assist her with our family situation.
And I am so grateful.
Yes. Yeah, the earthquake. I mean, so much stuff has happened, right? We had the eclipse happening on Monday, and then you had the earthquake on, what day was that?
Saturday?
Time is flying.
No.
Time is flying. So hopefully all you guys marked down on your calendar where you were during the earthquake. Because we even felt it they said it went like from Washington, D.C., New York, Shirley, and then all the way up the coast to Maine. So I definitely felt it in my state of Connecticut, before I left.
And it's funny. It's funny because our sisters, said, "Hey, did you and Nubia feel the earthquake?" And you said, "What'd you say about it?"
I actually said, you know what? What I said was, we were in the house, and I thought that my son jumped out of the bed because he said he's not a morning person. And so I just felt I was sitting there getting ready for my appointment, and I was sitting there and everything kind of rattled a little bit. I'm like, this boy just jumped out the bed again. And sure enough, the radio was on, and my sister texted us, and she said, "Yeah, did you feel it?" And I'm like, "That's what that was." And then the
Yeah.
radio also confirmed it. I was like, "Wow,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah." Stuff was we felt the shiver, and things were shaking. I know
It's
people in
about
New
time for
Jersey.
our family to move inland. We're
uh,
coastal people. We need to start moving inland.
well, you know what? How about God's protective covering? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Amen.
Because no matter where you go, there is calamity and stuff happening. Stuff is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who don't really truly believe in end times, I would like to say, think again. The interesting thing is, I think I said it in one of my other podcasts, or maybe it was on TikTok or something, that the earthquake for us was 4.8. And some of us are just looking at it from a secular point, but if you look at it from a spiritual point, the man said to read, was it Exodus 4:8? And in reading Exodus 4:8, I'll just leave it right there. You guys read Exodus 4:8. And I think he also read Genesis 4:8, but that one's seems harsh. It was talking about uh Cable, wait, Abel. The two brothers in the Bible, one killed the
Cain and
other,
Abel. Cain and
Cain and
Abel.
Abel. And Cain killed Abel. Is that correct? Right? So I think that was so anyways, he was just equating it spiritually. You can read that one, but Exodus 4:8 is one that's really, it's like, if you didn't believe me, how about now? You believe me now? So that's what
Yeah.
that reference was in the Bible.
And ironically enough, that's where the the saying the mark of Cain came from,
Mm,
because Cain was the one that murdered his brother, and even
mm,
the you know the ground was crying out. So
mhm. Yeah. So what else do you want to talk about? Oh, you know what? When you're caring for a loved one, I think we did discuss this last week. You have to make sure, again, that you're taking care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. And then, you know, my sister and I, like, there's one or two medications that maybe she might be on, and then there's one that I'm on, that we have to just do these things so that we can be around longer for our family. I don't have grandchildren yet. Wink, wink to all my children that I might have to send this to so they can watch it. But we want to be around long enough to, spend that time with our spouses and to take care of our, see our kids continue to grow up, and then to watch grandchildren to grow up. So again, I can't stress. Her and I went to the gym today, and we actually got our 10,000 steps in. Yay! We'll have to make sure that we're over, because I know that it was like
uh,
12,000.
13,345.
Oh, oh, you go ahead, girl. So I'm at 12,000. So anything over 10,000 or even 9,000. I think the night I went to bed at 9,500 because I was running out of time. It was getting close to midnight. And at one time or another, her and I, when she was in Connecticut, visit me, and we were getting close to midnight, and we didn't get all of our steps in. So you can hear us in running up and down the steps in the hallway. Sometimes my son would be like, knock on the bathroom door, like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm in here doing exercise, jumping jacks, whatever I can do to get those last 500 steps in."
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so I know we're late, we're live, and we're late at night. So the people who would usually jump on are not on right now, but you can watch it later. We just want to not miss out on at least having, saying hello. And I'm in Texas, and actually next week I'll still be here probably. Um, but also I said that you made the soup, right? And you said the name of the soup?
Zupa Toscana, yes.
And she went
Hmm.
out in the garden and she picked, we should have took a picture of that.
I know.
Yeah, she had a whole pile of we picked fresh kale and washed it off really good. And she put it in the soup. I love that soup when she makes that.
Did you hear
Really,
that?
really good.
That's rain and hail.
Wow. I barely hear it. I can barely hear it.
You can open the
Yeah.
front door and see it, probably. So,
Yeah. 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 So they said, people are saying, oh, the eclipse changed the weather, and the eclipse is making us lose energy, and the eclipse is making us do the whatever. It's end times, people. I don't know what to tell you.
all
But
things are possible.
all things are possible.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's basically all that we have for you. We just want to check in, and I tell you what, sister, you're looking really good with that top on. I love the way your hair is. Just wanted to
Oh,
say that.
thank you, sister. Thank you. A
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
more than I prefer to show, but it's a nice comfy. It's something about
yeah.
comfort. The older you get, the more you care about how something feels on the body,
Right,
and
right,
it
right.
feels like really, really soft. It's like
Yeah.
wearing pajamas, you know?
Okay. So I'll have to
So
come over and feel the fabrics on your shirt after we
absolutely, positively.
so we know that we're used to going like 40, 45 minutes and sometimes an hour, but today we're going to cut it short. And we just want to say that we love you all. Peace and blessings. Take care of your loved ones, take care of your spouses, your children, your grandchildren. And yeah, we love you all. So you just did it.
Peace,
Peace,
love,
love, and prayers or blessings, right?
blessings, blessings
Blessings,
upon
blessings.
blessings.
Blessings upon blessings. So we love you guys. We'll be back next week, probably
Oh,
a
we
little bit
also want to
earlier.
say that if you're going through anything, this too shall pass,
This too shall pass.
and there's
Yeah,
nothing
and
too hard for God.
nothing too hard for God, nothing too hard for God. Wait. Let me interject this. In packing to come here. I know I always do this. and I watched at least 7 different videos on how to pack efficiently.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, still came up. Now my luggage was like 35 pounds, the big one that I checked in, which they still made me pay for. And then I was able to do a carry-on, which was going to be a backpack. But then I decided my back has been hurting because I'm getting a little bit older. So I took the stuff out the backpack, put it in a carry-on luggage, and then I still had a purse. People, people, why? I was coming to my sister's house. I could have just wore her clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But so anyway, I ended up rubbing her. She rubbed my back. I probably need to go ahead and rub her back tonight. Put some Bengay or something on it. If you're not old enough to understand what Bengay is, then just wait a bit.
Biofreeze,
What'd you say?
biofreeze.
Biofreeze? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
all of that, all that. So anyway, yeah, I watched all those videos to pack efficiently, and I still overpacked. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better with practice. Yeah. Uh huh. You say so. Say so. Okay. So we do love you guys. Oh, we do have one person that's watching. How do
Oh,
I
there,
don't
there
even.
was. Yep, there was
Okay.
one, and then there was two, and then there was one, and then there was two, and now there's
Okay.
none.
Yeah. We still appreciate you. We
That's right.
appreciate you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
number. You're number one.
Oh, and guess what else too? Okay, we are gonna go. But my as just as we were just about to hit push and
We won't
play
be
or
long.
live, her phone went dead. It's like,
Yeah, that happened.
so anyhow, that's all we got for you. Until next week, we'd like for you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. All right, that's good for us as far as the amount of energy that we have. Love you guys. See you next week. Now, how do I get out of here? I'm always asking that question.
Press X.